In this episode of Car Talk, I want to talk really quickly about the new models being out. The new Ford S650 EcoBoost, the GT, out on the streets, roaming around, waiting for you at the next stoplight. How are those interactions going to go if you're not driving the newest models? Especially if you have the previous generation of the previous models, the S550s. Usually, you know, someone looks over at the other, hey, nice car, man. Oh yeah, me too, thanks. Yeah, great. Sometimes the people are pretty asshole-ish about having the new and you not having it. Oh, when are you gonna get yours? Things like that. So, you know, it's that time of year, it's that season again, guys. So good luck out there to all the people who own S550s who don't own the newest and greatest. Granted, I don't even know where some of that attitude comes from because, again, we've had more time to work on our stuff. So, you know, 480 is not that hard to attain in the GT level. EcoBoost, I mean, I'm seeing some of these EcoBoosts like touching the net of a 10-foot rim in regards to hitting 500 horsepower. I think I've seen one or two builds that are over 500 horsepower, like barely over, but over. Insane stuff. That part of the Car Talk is just have fun out there, guys. Congrats to all the people who've got their new Mustangs. I hope you guys love them. I know I kind of give them a hard time for how the front looks and how those taillights look, but everything else on paper, oh yeah, and then the Dark Horse badge. But other than that, take all that out of it. I'm really happy for anybody who's got the new Mustangs. I hope you guys get out there and represent for the crew. The second thing, though, that I want to get into in this week's episode of Car Talk is for the people who do want to buy the newest Mustangs, how are you going to get over all this dealer markup? I can't believe it, but I saw a Dark Horse. They were charging $100,000 for a Dark Horse. You know, obviously market adjustment on top of, or what they call market adjustment on top of the cost of the Dark Horse. $100,000 for the Dark Horse. And so let me tell you how not the choice that is. The car that I filmed my last two videos in, a 2020 GT500, 760 horsepower, automatic, 10R80 transmission, well, not leather, Recaro seats, the whole nines. You can get that car for, like, used right now, you could probably find one for like $96K, right? So $4,000 less dollars, you can smoke the Dark Horse in every single category. Granted, sure, used versus brand new. Even with that $100, even with that $100,000, just the fact that is something that I can say and I'm telling you the truth, it just bothers me. The Dark Horse, if it's a $70,000 car, I will let that slide, right? Like, I don't, the market adjustment shit that's happening out there is, I don't know how these dealers think that that's the way to go. I would love to see the books, honestly, because they're cannibalizing the community that's supposed to keep them in business. They want to make more money now in this short period instead of extend the life of their business over the long run. Like, I don't understand the practice. Like, our economy is down. We are in not great shape as a country. The last thing that people need is like $40,000 of markup on top of a brand new car price. Like, where they do that at? Like, I understand that we're in a free market society as a capitalistic country, but I always say, like, unchecked capitalism, like rampant capitalism, like for true laissez-faire capitalism, where people can just, let's just see if people buy it, and that's the strategy. I hate that. It's like the reason why the Corvette Z06s and all that stuff were like $200,000 when they first were becoming available to buy outside of being in line at a dealer that would still somehow sell you one at MSRP. God bless those dealers, by the way. But like $200,000 for the car that's supposed to be $60,000 base and maybe $90,000 for the Z06. These people were up against insurmountable fees. Are you serious? What market adjustment? Market adjust these nuts, okay? This is not the way to go. Not to the people who have this relationship with Chevy and themselves. Like, they support these brands. We spend our money because we love these cars that are coming out, and we have this middleman, the dealership, who is wearing the logo of the company that we're supposed to be supporting and is selling us the access to the things that we want to buy. But they are making it so difficult and creating so many different hills and just being such bastards about how they're charging people on top of MSRP. It's hurting that relationship between customer and Chevy brand. Like, when I think about Ford and I think about how much I like Mustangs, and when I think about the things that I'm into, I don't think about the dealers. I think about myself in the car. I don't think about the dealers. And the dealers, I have to go through them. So the people who have to finance, or who choose to finance, I'll even say, like we're up against a mountain in regards to these dealer markups. And I always make this joke, but like if you live near a military base, like God bless you, because I'm sure they screw you guys over left and right. But then add on top of that, like this new like last 5 years of, hey, why not? Why the hell not? Let's add $60,000 on there. It's going to be a rare car. This is, quite sought after. People are really going to want this. And so I don't know how the dealerships feel about this. That's where my heart is on this. That's where I'm trying to figure out is how does Ford, how does Chevy, how do these dealerships sit back and seeing these practices happen, knowing that the customers who they're kind of giving their word, like, hey, we're making this car at this value and you can't get access to it. You can't buy it, right? Because unless you have an extra $40,000, $60,000, $100,000, $120,000 to buy these cars, the dealer markup is kind of pushing the little guys out of the market and they're unable to get it. Like when I think about the American dream, and granted, all my viewers don't come from the United States, but that's the only economy that I'm actually familiar with, so we're going to stick with that. When I think about the American dream, when I think about, people wanting to get a house and people wanting to get a car and having the ability to start a family, I'm just watching that evaporate, right? Like that middle class is being cannibalized, and I'm going way off topic here. It doesn't seem right. Good business should still be good business. And what I mean by that is like, if I have a competitive product and I know that I have an advantage, there used to be a time where like maybe an extra 1,000 or 2,000 was considered acceptable profit. Like, hey, we had something that was worth 10,000 and we sold it for 12. That seems like it's like reasonably responsible for what an economy can actually absorb. To say, hey, I have this $100,000 thing, and instead of selling it for 120, I'm going to sell it for 210. Right? Like that's kind of like the same economics, just scaled differently. So instead of like something that feels like, hey, I'm adding value to it that like is absorbable, I would say, and it doesn't make me feel like a complete ass scumbag. Now it's just like, fuck it, let's just go until we can't. And that is just such an insulting business practice, I guess. So I guess there's this small window of when dealers are able to get away with this kind of stuff. And I'm really sad that it happens. I wish they were more honest and had more scruples. But I know supply and demand is supposed to help kind of regulate this thing. If they sell it for $200,000 and no one wants it, they bring the price down. So like a part of me can trust in the fact that they're going to hit the ceiling and it's going to make them come back down to the floor, so to speak. But like if you look at the C8 Corvette, it took a long time for some of those prices to start getting close or reasonably close to MSRP again. We're just in that era, guys. I guess that's where it is for me. And I feel bad that these dealerships that are going way off the wall with these market adjustments are ruining the economy for car buying, for customers who really, really, really want to support their brand. So these brands can't sell cars as well. I'm sure there's things happening behind the scenes for how they punish dealers or giving more or less allotments to dealers that do things the way that the brand would like versus not. Just as a little guy on the bottom who's like seeing this happen and like seeing access to things that they want being, marginalized because it's only for the people who are willing to and can afford these ridiculous markups. Like, I guess that's just going to be my complaint. Again, glad to see the new Mustangs are out there. Congrats to everybody who has one. Can't wait to meet a couple of these guys at the stoplights and, get to see one up close, I'll just say, or maybe very much far away. But I'm happy for you guys. Enjoy your cars. Soup them up, tune them up, and bring them to car shows, and let's all get to appreciate them. And dealers out there, get your shit together. Stop leaning on the little guy who literally is supporting your whole business. Stop being so desperate for more, so greedy for profit that you're just ruining car buying, in my opinion. So many other things to point to, by the way, but I'm just going to stick to this one thing, and I'll say I absolutely hate these market adjustment prices. Well, that's it for Car Talk this week. Hope you guys got some goals that you're about to achieve. Thank you for being a part of the video that I put out. My camera is letting me know that it's shooting at a frame rate very low, so this footage is actually probably going to be a little choppy unless I turn on some light. I got my feelings out. Let me know in the comments how you feel, and let's have a little discussion or debate. But other than that, I hope you like the content. I'm Larry, this is Red 6. We do car content on this channel. I'm making this project car a 2016 Mustang GT Performance Pack in manual. It's gonna be faster than Hellcats. That is my only goal for this project. Straight line speed and a lot of fun. So right now I'm not ready. So Hellcat owners in the comments, you got me. Don't even worry about it. Like, now's not the time, but it will be soon. All right guys, peace. See you in the next one.